Welcome to another episode of Source Selection Soundbites. Today we will discuss the preparation of the source selection decision. In a prior soundbite we discussed preparing to write the source selection decision. Now, I'd like to examine the SSA's decision-making guidelines. In accordance with FAR 15303, the SSA shall consider the advice and recommendations of advisory boards and panels. This is true, but just because the CO must consider their advice, that does not mean that the CO must take the advice. Most of the time, the boards and panels from which the SSA will receive advice and recommendations are the Technical Evaluation Team and sometimes the Source Selection Advisory Council. In practice, the Source Selection Authority has broad discretion in determining the manner and extent to which they'll make use of technical, past performance, and cost-price evaluation results provided by these panels. These panels are called lower-level evaluators, but the SSA is the chief evaluator. In accordance with relevant case law, the SSA is not bound by the judgments of lower-level evaluators. The SSA's judgment is governed only by the tests of rationality and consistency with the stated evaluation criteria. In other words, the SSA could choose to totally re-evaluate proposals and disagree with the lower-level evaluators on all points. Their recommendations are only advisory. As long as the SSA's judgments and decisions are rational and consistent with the published evaluation factors, as the ultimate decision-maker, the SSA is free to go in another direction. Since the SSA is not bound by the evaluation of lower-level evaluators, a protester cannot effectively come against the agency by pointing out that the SSA made a judgment that was contrary to those of the lower-level evaluators. The SSA may disagree with and ignore reports and previous analyses. However, the SSA must explain the rationale for their disagreement. Another decision-making guideline is that the SSA's decision must be a reflection of their independent judgment. However, independence does not mean that the SSA actually has to read the proposals in order to make the trade-off decision. The SSA may rely on the reports and analyses prepared by others, but the source selection decision itself must reflect the SSA's independent judgment. Independence requires the use of the SSA's own judgment and an explanation for decisions made. Practically, this means that the SSA cannot be forced into a decision that they don't support or yield to undue or coercive influence from other parties. Today we have discussed the broad discretion of the SSA, the role of lower-level evaluators, and the requirement for the SSA to make an independent decision. This concludes another episode of Source Selection Soundbites. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, and sample documents that allow practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.